Me and my boyfriend have been together for 2 years now. In the past I would keep his favorite drinks at my house. I bought us concert tickets. I paid for us to go to the fair. I used to bake him his favorite desserts all the time. I even knit him a sweater and scarf. I bought him baseball tickets. I would give him gifts, even if it wasn't a holiday. I see other couples go out on dinner dates. The guy buys her flowers and chocolates. My boyfriend has done none of that. Whenever I bring it up to him, he says I'm ungrateful because he buys me apple juice occasionally, which is my favorite drink. I don't know how apple juice is equal to concert tickets and baked goods. We went on a date to museum, which I paid for. Afterwards he asked me to buy him a snack and I did, because he said he had no money. Then we went to a bookstore afterward, and he mysteriously had enough money to buy himself 2 books. On another occasion I bought concert tickets for us to see his favorite band. We went to the concession line and he asked me to pay for the snacks. After I already paid for the concert tickets, I told him I couldn't afford it. So he finally paid for it. He did not spend any time with me at the concert. He claims he was in the bathroom the whole time, but I later found out he was at the concession stand several more times buying himself drinks. I have since stopped paying for dates and I no longer bake or knit for him or give him gifts. And still no effort. Now we don't even go out on dates. I just feel like he put no effort into this relationship. If I don't pay for something we simply won't go, but he always has enough money to buy things he wants. I mentioned it to him several times, and it always starts in argument. The last time he promised he would do better, and he said he was going to buy me a gift. That never happened. I just want flowers, chocolate, and a simple dinner date. He spends all his money on himself. I wish he thought of me. Any advice? TL. Doctor, how do you spend all this money doing nice things for him, but he thinks I'm grateful because he buys me apple juice occasionally? Get a different boyfriend. This one is a leech. It doesn't really sound like you have a relationship. For some perspective, my partner and I don't really buy each other gifts. If we wanted to do something together, we would make the decision to do so and split the cost. We split the cost on most everything. Sometimes I'll end up buying Starbucks for both of us, and maybe he buys ice cream for both of us, but it's just little things like that we go back and forth on. We are not keeping tabs and neither of us feels owed by the other. It sounds like you were being taken advantage of because of your generosity, and now that you've cut that off, there just isn't anything left. Afterwards he asked me to buy him a snack and I did, because he said he had no money. Then we went to a bookstore afterward, and he mysteriously had enough money to buy himself 2 books. I've got to be honest with you, this would probably be the end of the relationship for most people. Like, I was prepared to have a conversation about how different people have different love languages, and some behavior feels really artificial to some people, etc. But then I got to some of your specifics, and, no. Just no. But he's happy with the financial status quo. It honestly sounds like he's using you. IKR. When I saw the title I was expecting to give some advice on different love languages. But this guy, who ditches his GF at a gig, so he won't have to pay her drinks, who demands someone else to buy him a snack. Ooh, he's mooching off you. There's no way you come out of this winning, except to leave him. He doesn't want to spend his own money and takes up on your offers. Even if you were to cite all the things you bought for him, like you did in this post, he'll just spin you as ungrateful and petty, just like he did before. I'm a complete stranger. I cold bought you apple juice and some snacks for no reason other than I can, and we strangers would still have a better relationship than what you have with your boyfriend. You'll never get your bouquet, let alone a single rose and dinner date. He doesn't care. You'll absolutely find someone better, and you can get a head start by dropping him off on the sidewalk like unwanted luggage. I just want flowers, chocolate, and a simple dinner date. He spends all his money on himself. I wish he thought of me. Any advice? Find a new and better boyfriend who want to treat you to dates, etc. Why are you with this guy? Get out of this one-sided relationship. You're not his GF, you're his sugar mama. Is his best friend's name Patrick Star? Cause you're dating a sponge. Girl, why are you still trying with a guy that has so little interest in you? Had a boyfriend like this in college. except he eventually went broke and needed to live with me. I stupidly allowed it on the basis that he find a part-time job to get back on his feet. He was going to school full-time because I couldn't afford to care for him entirely for too long. I also asked that he wake up in the morning and get his butt to school on his own using our college's bus to get to class because I needed to be left alone to get homework done since I have ADHD and he was distracting. Then obviously, do some chores to help out. Those were my 3 biggest stipulations for him living there. Nope. He never did any of that stuff and would get annoyed by me pointing out his behavior. Then he got Pikachu surprised when I broke up with him. Doesn't help that he tried to hook up with people off Craigslist too. Point is, he's using you. People in a healthy relationship don't try to coax the other person to spend money all the time on them and provide nothing in the relationship in return. It's a two-way street, and the fact he ignored you for not buying him something whilst essentially on a date points to an egregious level of entitlement. The advice is to dump this user. He's using you, and you're allowing it. Relationships should be an equal partnership. You've brought equality by discontinuing all of your kind gestures in hopes that something would change, but it hasn't. Is this how you want to keep living your life? I don't know you, but I know you deserve better. This boyfriend is the kind of guy the TLC song No Scubs was written about. At best he's just a self-centered person who doesn't think about doing kind things for others. At worst he's actively using you for your generosity. If he was going to put effort into changing he would have done so already. Does that sound like the kind of person you want to date? Have some self-worth please, and break up with him. Why the hell would you still be with a guy who brazenly lies to you that he has no money, demanding you get him snacks, only for him to buy 2 books later? What more do you need to happen for you to see he just fucking uses you? Why are you still with such a useless and unloving boyfriend? He isn't even meeting the bare minimum, and relationships should not be one-sided. He is clearly selfish and does not seem to care for you much if all he can do for you is buy apple juice. Also he seems to lie to you a lot, which shows a lack of respect and shouldn't be happening. How can you go to a concert with him and he claims to be in the bathroom the whole time? Such a terrible and unbelievable lie. This is so tiring and unfair for you. Once you leave him and start dating a better partner, you'll realize how ridiculous he is and what a healthy and loving relationship should look like. You shouldn't have to beg and plead for your boyfriend to pull his weight and show that he cares about you. Stop being his mama. He is broke, needs to get up and earn and treat his woman like a queen. It sounds like he is a cheap date. It's only fair for him to buy snacks if you've paid for the concert tickets. Sounds like he's a user. His feelings for you aren't strong. He's selfish. He's not that into you. He puts in no effort. Dump the dude. He's literally a waste of your time and money. Guy's a user. Why would you put up with his behavior? Why are you still dating him? In quotes, because you're not actually dating. I came into this post prepared to be like he may have a different love language than you, but after reading, it sounds like he's your child rather than a partner. Move on. He's not going to change, and you have told him you will tolerate this behavior because you stick around. So why are you sticking around? He's just not that into you. It appears you are dating a dirty leech. You should stop doing that. How do you say mooch without saying it?